Like, not fair. Hello, hello, hello. There we go. Hello, Gina. Let's pull a card. So, how are you? Thank you for your support. I see that you shared the shit out of my stuff, and I love that about you. I do have chocolate chip cookies here. And I was really just coming undone doing some readings. So, I do have... Hi, JLo. So today, we're going to be doing the Tarot 101 Part 2. So, yesterday, we played with the decks. Were you here? Did you get to see it, JLo? I had talked about all the different kinds of decks that we have. How to pick your deck, what to look for, how to learn it, what to study. So that's the Tarot 101. This is the Tarot 101 Part 2. So jump in at any time if you have any additives to bring to the table in regards to anything that I'm having to say. I will do some questions later if I'm feeling like it. So, you were knocked out? Hello. Hello, Koban. Hold on, let me shut this down. I'm sitting here flirting. My bad. Just kidding. I'm really not. I'm setting up an appointment. But anyways, so how are you guys? I know it took me 2 minutes to just sit here, but if I don't click go, I will find 1,000 things to wrap up and never get a text completed, never get a phone call done. I have somebody supposed to pick up my candle works. So many haters this week. Fuck them haters. Anyways, you know what? Don't worry about that. It just shows you where your path isn't. So at any rate, here I am getting ready to do some tarot spreads for you guys. So last episode, holy shit, I have so much to tell you guys. Gina was part and particle to some of the news that was going on today. We have so much to share with you. Babalau and I from My Psychic One, we're going to be bringing a brand new brand into play. So we're going to be doing some pretty amazing shows. We're going to be bringing some guests on to discuss all the crazy things that people are talking about. We're going to be doing some myth busting. So I do have this book, Illustrated Tarot Spreads by Heidemarie Pillmeyer and Marcus Schroner. I don't know who those are, but here we go. So in this deck, they are using the Rider-Waite Tarot, and you heard what I had to say about that yesterday. And the important thing to know that those of you that started out with the Rider-Waite Tarot deck is that there is symbolism within that we talk about. So the Pentacles, then the Cups, the Swords, etc. Shush. Then we have the Chariot. You know, the different symbols are going to be universal. If you do use if you do use the Rider-Waite Tarot, it's going to give you a great foundation. However, you're going to be memorizing 78 cards. It's a really difficult, interesting deck. And anyways, so there are some very common spreads that are that we talk about in here. So they can be, I want you to see, as complicated as you want them to be. So this is one of my favorite ones right here. I don't know. I'll put it in the, I think this is outdated, but the ISBN code is covered because it was sold. But there you go. You can look at it if you want to. I'll type it in there for you just because you're such a brilliant person. and it's called Illustrated. I can't see for shit. I swear to God, I'm getting old. Okay, so here's what's true. Is this book was given to me, but it's super simple, and that's what I love. Is I'm all about spread. So I'm all about simplicity. But so the first one that is most common is the Celtic cross. So if you look right here, it's very simple. There's 10 cards. So you'll see me do the Celtic cross. Well, actually you won't. I don't use the Celtic cross online. I do an inverted pyramid online, and I will show you why shortly. Hold on. All right, so hi J-Lo, hello. So anyways, so this right here is talking about the Celtic cross. So it does say myself or whatever, but how I do this. So what you're going to do is you're going to do the placement of the cards just exactly like the deck shows. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. So I call these the messages and the end result card. I don't think I do 11. I think I only do 10. But I see. So number 1 is essentially the questioner. Now they've got some weird shit over here, but this is what I'm going to tell you. So number 1 is the questioner. Number 2 is the obstacle or the project. Number 3 is goal or future. And they're saying what makes me happy. Number 4 is what frightens me. 5, what slips away. 6 is what I can still hold on to. 7 is what I am. 8, what I'm capable of. What I want. What I can finally achieve, and where it will lead me. I do it a little bit differently, but you can see how you can design your deck, design your readings to really pull apart some of these things. But I always see moving parts when I do a reading. So it's hard for me to do this means this, that means the other. I always add adjectives, but that's just how I think anyway. Like, okay, it's the Empress, but what about the Empress? Are you waiting for something, or did you wait for something? And I just have to play with it a little more than that. So that's how you essentially set up the Celtic cross initially. So what I do is I write the positions down, and you can even make a mat and do that so you know, or you can keep a little piece of paper out on the side. I would recommend you putting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on a piece of paper, and say, I do it like this. This is really simple. Okay, so I typically use the Dragon Tarot deck for a general spread. And here's why. Because it's very simplistic, and we like it to be simple. Yeah, it takes forever. Each deck behaves differently, in addition to it having its structure and its meaning. But I've got some tricks for you. If you go and read the 101, I went through all the majors, which is what you're going to need to do for any deck, and study them anyway. And that was about an hour and a half, and then I got kind of burned out. So the first thing that I do with this Celtic cross spread, Marvel Celtic cross is pretty popular. So I'm going to bring this back over here because I kind of look at it a little different. I'm going to put the karma spin on everything. Okay. So the karma spin is this. So it's 1, this is you. 2 is your thing that's your obstacle. 3 is your goal. 4 is your recent past. 5 is your distant past. 6 is your future, where you're headed based on the decisions that you make. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's essentially the Celtic cross. Now, if you have enough space to spread out, it's fine. But as you can see, it can get a little wild. So when we do this reading, number 1, this is the heart of the matter. Hi, Art Souls. What up, beautiful? So the first one that comes up is the Fate card. So let's pretend we're reading me. So the Fate card, the wheels of fate are turning. That's the center of the matter, whatever the matter is. So when you do a general spread like this, the heart of the matter is the center one, or it's the querent, or whatever it is, right? So then I have the obstacle. Now, not everything's a problem. So a lot of times they'll put problem. I don't call it a problem. I call it it's like an obstacle or a project or the thing that you're working on, because you remodeling your house isn't a problem, but it's definitely interfering with things or comes up in the spread. So the first thing that happens with that is you pull the problem. And the problem for me, notice it's another major card. So the first card is the Wheel of Fortune. And the second one is my blocking card. I'm sorry. Let me see if I can bring this up so you guys can see a little better. This might be terrible. This angle might be horrible. However, so the blocking card for me, if I was reading me, is the Hangman, which is waiting, which I am. I'm packing and waiting, and I can't go anywhere until, there we go. You can see that a little better. Okay. See how long of a delay that was? And I'm just now seeing it. So you have your block. For me, if I'm reading the Capricorn Karma, that is my block. Okay. So the Hangman. So my recent past, even though this is number 4, number 3 is your goal. No, I always go past first. So I go where you're at, what's driving you, and then to the future. So if that makes any sense, that's how I drive the cards. So this is me, this is my block, this is my recent past, and this is my distant past. But this is all, both of these are interchangeable. So the first thing that karma has here is the star card, and that's all about me looking to the stars. I'm having a difficult time doing the day-to-day tasks because my brain is all over the place, which is true because I'm packing and moving to Miami and super excited about it, and nothing's moving fast enough for me, hence the Hanged Man. Then the star card, which my business is growing and blooming and there's a lot going on with it. So by the time I move, everything's going to seem to launch. And then right here is the 7 of Coins, which is all about a move. And that's not a recent past, but that is definitely, this is definitely like this. Thank you for putting that caveat in there, Marble Girl. So the 7 of Coins is about a move, which I was just talking about. So we have the 7 of Coins there. I'm sorry you guys can't see it well, but if I screw with this camera, Mercury being what it is, we'll just leave it like it is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, so let's see what my goal is. Justice. So the Justice card is coming up in my goal sector, and that's all about contracts. It's about me signing contracts, making money, making deals, doing things like that, seeing what happens next for me. So my goal is to start getting my legal situations handled to broaden my brand. So the next thing that comes up here is the 7 of Wands, which is my future. I am about to be really, really busy. The 7 of Wands is mastering all of the activities that are coming up and not dropping any balls. So you see how this progressed here. So we have center, obstacle, recent past, distant past, goal, and that goes into a nice, for me, this is karma's way. So center, obstacle, recent past, distant past, future, and then on to goal. And then as I read these last 4 cards for myself, so a Celtic cross is a square. Sorry, I'm moving them all around. But that's essentially how it's spread out and how it's worked. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So my favorite portion of the reading is this card right here, because this is your hopes and dreams. It's the thing you hope for, and it's also the thing you fear, and I never know which one it's going to be. So I always call that one my surprise card. This one's your end result or the overall message that you need to hear, depending on the question, the person, the situation. So this is how people see you, and this is how you see yourself. So your sun, moon. So this is your sun, this is your moon, and this is your rising. For those of you that are in astrology. So you're always going to have an idea of how people are seeing you, your secret, and then your end result. Okay, ready for the last one? So let's see if it's accurate for karma. So sun, moon, rising. So moon, victory, emotional. So people are saying 6 of Wands was his emotional victory, or seeing me getting things right. How I see myself. Let's see, that's moon. No, it's rising, moon. Anyways, so you get the idea. So interesting that we have the moon card when I'm talking about rising and moon. And then I have my fear or wish card, which is the King of Cups. Love is definitely on my mind. What can I say? I'm a girl and it's Mercury retrograde. Love of my life right here. right? It's the thing I fear and the thing that I want at the same time. So let's look at the end result for karma. For fun. This is a little weird. Queen of Wands, baby. That goes right there with the Justice card. Queen of Wands is taking my business to the next level, signing those contracts, getting things done. As we see here, there isn't a single negative card right now. Mercury retrograde is my shit. For those of you that know me, I'm a Capricorn rising. I'm sorry, Capricorn sun. So when I did my reading last week, it was pretty accurate for me. Even though I didn't read it, I just typed it out and looked at the words because I don't watch my own videos. Because I think I'll probably quit if I see myself. So I don't. I just do what I do and then I hang up and I go away. But anyways, I also look for a couple things when I'm doing a reading. And these are some of the hacks that I'm going to give you. Give me a little thumbs up or emojis. Let me know you're still tuned in. Let me know if you felt like I did all of this to your advantage, so that if you had any questions or you understood it at all. So I really would like to hear feedback on that. I know I can be all over the place. You'll be okay. So, oh, that's right. I forgot. So anyways, that was how the spread is done. Thank you, Eleni. As soon as I'm done, we'll be going to questions. So this is how a general spread is done. Now, understanding the dynamics of the cards are important, but if you remember to do the structure in this way, I don't like to move them around too much in this spread unless I go, well, what are you waiting for? And then, so for example, so if we were to take one of these questions, this is the upper level stuff. Okay, this next little lesson for those of you that are already reading or already doing the work or already having spreads. So what I would do is I would look at the Wheel of Fortune. Let's say I wasn't looking at this one and I say, Wheel of Fortune, your fate. Are you aligned with your fate? So let's say I'm doing a reading and I'm feeling really strongly about this card, but it's not making exactly clear to me. So you start out, now these are basics, but I'm going to show you how it can change for you. Okay. So here's how it can change. So as you sit here, you have the Wheel of Fortune. And I'm talking to you right now and I say, well, it looks like you're aligned with your fate. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. I have the Wheel of Fortune. So what is it that's turning for you? What fate is happening? Then I go, teaching. So the Hierophant. And I go, first thing I say is, are you teaching? Now notice these are major cards, which is a big deal. Majors versus minors. Majors being your volcano, minors being your cup of tea. Like very big different energies. So this is me teaching. So fate, business, contracts, teaching. It's time for me to start taking on teaching. Marvel girl will probably jump up and down and go, yes, girl, yes. So I'm having the teaching. So let's say I say, what am I waiting for? And I know you guys can't see these, so I'm just going to pull them out of the way. So as I'm getting this here, the Hangman, I would say, okay, so I'm seeing you have the Hangman here, and that's your obstacle because we already put it kind of like in the obstacle sector. I'm going to mess with this camera if you guys want to be patient with me. I want to get this right. So I would have the Hangman, and the Hangman is waiting. What I'm waiting for, obviously, those of you that know, I'm moving, right? So as I'm waiting for permission, I'm waiting for keys, I'm waiting for the power to get shut off, the car to get rented, whatever it is I'm waiting for. So I have the Hangman. And as I ask an additional question, tiny bit. Okay, so as I ask an additional question, I go, what is it you're waiting for? Woo, this is anxiety. So right here is anxiety. So I'm waiting, and this is causing me anxiety for money. Damn straight I'm waiting for money. My God, if that doesn't shift, I'm going to scream. So I have no, I'm not going to scream. It will shift. It's shifting. I'm shifting. Everything's shifting. I'm not going to play with paradigms commentary, or I'm going to correct that. So subconscious mind, please replace that. Okay. So Queen of Coins, anxiety, Queen of Coins, a little bit nervousness. Two of Cups, love is holding me up, or maybe relationships are holding me up. Two of Cups. But this is how you add cards to a situation, right? And balance, 10 of Cups, things coming into balance is what would be most important. And Three of Wands is a lot of criticism too. So those are some of the things that are holding me up. So that's one of them. Sorry. So one of the, absolutely. So here's one of the things that I want to talk about. Sorry. Excuse me, there's an intermission. Okay, so a couple of the things that I have learned that have been kind of interesting. I'm recording. So some of the things that are kind, thanks, darling. Jameson got to take a break with the girls. So as I sit here and, shit, where was I? Talk about like breaking the cards up into spreads. One of the things that another psychic had told me was I said, how do you pick apart personalities when you are doing a spread? Like, how are you so good at like picking up personalities, or how are you so good picking up personalities? And what she said to me was, I specifically ask for my spirit guides to show me someone in my head that will give me a strong reference for the individual that is in front of me. So let's say a client. So Bibo, for example, would be sitting across from me, and she would be asking about her husband. And I would have let's say my ex-husband or my brother. So those are two individuals that I know very well. So my ex-husband is a little bit of an asshole, and he has a tendency to be a brat, and he likes to laugh at people when they are uncomfortable. And he has dark hair and a goofy laugh. So I'm seeing my ex in my head a few times as I'm having a conversation with her. I have two choices. I can either describe his affect. I'll say, does he have dark hair? You guys will hear me say that all the time. Is he dark hair? And when you say yes or no, I'm like, okay, in my head, that individual is now going to be coming up as the personality. So I'm like, well, is he an asshole? Does he like to laugh at people when they're uncomfortable? Does he have a goofy laugh? So then you're like, yes, 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 because the affect, not the color and look of the individual. And this was huge. This was a game changer for me. Because then it was so simple. I wasn't interpreting the cards. I was intuitively guided about a situation, and I call that shit popcorn. Like whatever's popping in your head, I don't care if it's numbers, sounds, songs, smells. Mario's on here. I have done smells before, just literally been on the phone and been like, what's that smell? So as I have things popping into my head, you will see them reflecting in the cards. So if you have a characteristic or a person or what they look like, go with it, play with it for a while, and start to see how really connected you are, because I'm going to tell you, the cards are not going to do all the work. You're doing the work. They're just a tool. So pure channeling, when I read cards for you, it's definitely intuitive. That is the long hand. When I do true channeling, I don't use any cards, right? So what I have here is I have a piece of paper, and I will do raw channeling. So for example, Koban, popcorn, right? So I will say Koban, and I will literally just tune into Koban and just keep picking up popcorn, like what pops into my head. Koban's dealing with a little heartache right now. Mario's a friend of mine. Hi, Mario. So I thought I said hello to you, but I didn't. So Koban, I'm picking up that you have your heart chakra is a little blocked. You get a little tightness in your chest when you're uncomfortable. You're definitely you're not able to cross a barrier with an individual, and you haven't found the courage to speak on it. So that would be an example of pure channeling. But you're going to do channeling anyways, even when you come to the deck and use that as a tool. We're going to use the deck as a tool. So channeling is doing the math longhand, and the cards are like a tool. So there are 3 card spreads, and these are simple ones. And I'm going to show you and I kind of picked this up watching someone, and I tried it on my own. Was I right, Koban? Okay, so 3 card spreads can go any direction. There are some other complicated ones too. You can get ridiculously complicated, like one of the spreads that I do. Oh, was that kind of cool, Koban? Ah, hell yeah. If you guys want a one-on-one with me, they are $60 for a 30-minute reading. You can go ahead and pop me the money, hit me on my email. Carla likes. Yeah. He wants those likes. So 702. or just go to my website. And this is why I do this, because teaching, you know, gives you guys exposure, and I try to be a myth buster for you guys. It's definitely a tool. It's not for people that are super mysterious and mystical, right? We are mystical because there's secrets that we know. Not everybody talks about it. They think we're nuts. If you knew some of the stuff that happens to me, I am very unique. And so, Bebo, here's what's kind of cool is I bring something to the game that unlike anyone else. I'm a paramedic, I'm a psychic, I'm a mom, I'm a New Yorker, I'm a redhead, I'm bisexual, I'm in the LGBTQ community, I was a paramedic, so there isn't anything I haven't seen, like literally anything that I haven't seen. So I bring a lot of experience to the game, but I've been a psychic since I was 3, and I'm a medium. And I started seeing people on the other side, and I kind of put it in a box for a while because my ex really thought, I remember just talking about this on live the other day. I remember my ex burning my cards, telling me they were the devil cards, and look, they were blue and purple and green and shit in the fire. I'm like, it's wax and ink. That's why it's burning weird colors. But anyways, so I started to branch out a couple years ago. I did work for a service many, many years ago. Now I'm working for My Psychic One. So those of you that want to see some really premier psychics, we do have some mind-blowing production stuff coming up. This is a secret for those of you watching this video. We are going to do a TV show called Bitchcraft. Are you ready for this shit? So me and another partner, who's a big surprise, we just bought the domain for a bunch of things. I put my YouTube, Angelia, people come on my channel, and when you hear me from here on forward, Angelia, when you come on my channel, I will remember your name. I probably won't remember your story because I don't like to keep them within me. I like to release and let them go. I don't want to process your problems for you, but I will always remember you, right? So, any rate, I believe that I'm building a tribe here. I'm not sitting here coming into the game in order to, I definitely want to make my money, but I more so want to teach, right? Yes, Coban. So it's called, we're looking to see if we can market Bitchcraft. We have a TV. I can't reveal any of it. But Angelia, we're going to be talking about, we're going to try and name some of the shows Bitchcraft. Me and M. I'll give you the M. Okay, so it's going to be M. So she and I are going to be bringing Bitchcraft to the table. We're going to have she already has some connections. We're going to have some guests that are going to be insane. We're going to broadcast here on YouTube. So it's going to be, we have a producer, we have a marketing person, and we have this other very unique, wonderful individual. We're going to be doing some talks about every crazy thing, myth busting and playing with it. But you know me, I'm a New Yorker. I've worked with men. I kind of don't deliver things like these other girls in the industry, and I kind of bring a little something different. So I've shuffled for no reason because I'm not doing a reading. However, there are some 3-card spreads that I want to talk to you about. I always felt a little bit like a little stressed about like doing the 1, 2, 3 cards, but there's a lot of ways you can do it. So the first thing you're going to do is get comfortable with your deck. So the first thing you want to do is, once you've learned it like I taught you, do that. So there is your past, what's affecting it, left to right. Thank you, Bebo. I appreciate that. She says, you're the first one that made me get involved on the live, to be honest. And what's true is I slow down enough. And I know sometimes I go pretty fast when I'm lecturing or on one of my rants. But what's true is I slow down enough and give each person that I choose and select an opportunity to have a good experience in reading and feel what's going on. Because when I move too fast, I can't connect. And when I slow down, this little damn delay between my recording program and what's popping up on the screen are very different. So this is you, this is the past environment, and this is where you're headed, right? There's also, so this is me, 7 of Swords, things getting easier, recent past being isolated, future, that Justice card again. So you can do it that way. Now, here's an interesting one that I often used to do. Now, this is a relationship spread. If anybody wants to timestamp this, that 3 at 30:06. So this is the relationship spread. So this is you. This is me. This is how you see me. This is how I see you. This is how you feel the relationship is going. This is how I feel the relationship is going. This is what you want. This is what I want. This is the end result. Now, as I do this, sometimes they can mix around. So this is the querent. This is me, or the other way around. So this is me on the top. So me, I'm all about my money. Him, travel. So then I have me. How he perceives me is a bitch. How I perceive them is working a lot. How, what he sees for the relationship, what I see for the relationship, where it's really going, where I really see it going, and the end result. So that would be an example of it. But you can label these in however way you want, because you want to pull out certain elements from a reading. So you could even change this situation to pulling the, thank you, Marvel, data. So you want to be able to pull, like, let's do a relationship one, for example. And then I'm going to do the inverted triangle, and then I'm going to go, because you guys are done watching me chat. So you can do these in any way. First being, so this is them, this is me, and this is how I'm really showing up in the relationship. This is how they feel about the relationship. This is how I feel about the relationship. This is how it's really showing up. This is where I want it to go. This is where they want it to go. This is how it's really showing up. End result. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a 10 card spread too. So that's the difference. You can do spreads, but I will show you my go-to spread was the first one that I showed you. And I watched someone do this one, and it wasn't until I actually played with this inverted pyramid, and you can do it either way, a pyramid or an inverted pyramid. And this is where I go to popcorn, because this is my true channeling. Whoever has the anxiety needs to chill out. Okay. I need a little sage. Somebody's stressing out there. Everybody breathe and burn your sage or whatever it is. Somebody just hit me in the chest. But yeah, so how are we doing so far, guys? I got a bunch of sage ash in this damn candle. How are we doing? Any questions? Not bad at 32 minutes. Are we getting it across? So that was one of the hacks. There was another hack that I wanted to tell you guys. I think I put it in the description. There was another hack. Let me see if I wrote it down. So one of my hacks was studying the deck. Oh, Lord. This is me studying astrology. Thank you, Marvel Girl, for that afternoon. So this is the inverted pyramid. Jameson's greeting us. Okay, so the inverted pyramid, I just go with it. And I just go, this is what's going on with me. Okay. Big changes are coming up, and this is a sentence. Sometimes this reads just exactly like a sentence. It reads exactly. So King of Pentacles, someone with money, judgment coming up. And then I'm seeing, I launched inverted pyramid 3345. So the 8 of Wands is all about launching those arrows, putting something in motion that you can't stop. It's pulling the arrow. Yes, you will be able to come back to the video. That's why I recorded it live, so you guys could stop me when I got out of pocket and wander around the conversation. So King of Pentacles is money coming my way, or someone with money that's supporting me. Then I have the Judgment card, which is things finally bringing to a reckoning. And Marvel Girl, were we not just talking about good karma being paid back? So this is my retrograde season for karma. Retrograde, I was born in Mercury retrograde in the year I was born. Under that, like, I am right there. My Mercury is right there on my Capricorn. So the Judgment. So my good karma coming back. 8 of Wands, launching something. Death card is big change. 7 of Wands is me being protective and defensive. Well, who the hell wouldn't be? It's a big change for me, and I'm protecting myself, and it's Mercury retrograde. So all of these moves are shifting and happening during Mercury. So yeah, I'm protective of that space. So I just kind of keep going. Spending a lot of time on the computer, feeling betrayed by someone, a little bit Then I have the Five of Pentacles, which is a little depression and moodiness. We've all had some moodiness going on, especially like those of us that are on the West Coast. We've had the earthquakes, the magnetic shifts. We have the solar flares and the storms, right? So as you just go along, and then you just pull out what comes up, right? I have the Lover's card. I have the Justice card, which is divorce or a marriage. Also means paperwork. But remember, we had the Justice card and the Judgment card in the other one too. So there you go. That's how you would do an inverted pyramid. And then your end result would be the contracts I was talking about. So if we were going to do that, good karma. That is my, good karma is my t-shirt line, which is going to be launched very soon. If you guys can be patient, I'm going to have those Karma's My Bitch t-shirts right out the gate. So it'll have a little logo that says Karma on deck. And if you're one of my clients and you want to buy one of my t-shirts, it's going to be Karma's My Bitch. Because I'm yours. But that's a play on words. But anyways, Karma's my bitch. Karma's only a bitch if you are. What was the other one? Karma will be with you shortly. You're damn right. I'm dotting my I's and crossing my T's during Mercury retrograde. I'm not engaging with anyone. I'm keeping my distance from everything. I'm actually really just taking my space. Eleni, I'm going to finish this up. If you guys want to look at any other spreads, I will go through the book when I'm done. I will answer any questions and then we'll be done. Way, hi Empress 11. All right, so here we go. So this is how I do a regular pyramid. So this is the querent at the top. Boom, Queen of Wands, that would be me. Thank you very much. So you would just do this the exact same way. And until you feel like it's complete. Walking away from some situations, repetition and redundancy. I have the Lover's card dead center. I have the Queen of Wands at the crown at the top, right exactly where I'm supposed to be. The Judgment card is coming, which again is the good karma card that we were just talking about. That's a return of favor. But for me, especially because of the Mercury retrograde and especially during the 4 planetary shifts that we have going on, I'm not going to call them retrograde anything because I don't know enough. But it is telling me the Judgment card, all that good karma is coming back to me. And the Fool, holy shit, that's my favorite card. I almost want to leave it just right there and like end the video because that is an amazing place to be. I always say the Fool card is all about, I'm a hermit for me during Mercury retrograde. Yeah, anybody wants my time, I'm like, no, like I'm good. So the Fool card, that is all about opportunity, right? The Fool is a crossroads. The Fool is anything goes. So that is the pyramid. But I would say, like, even for example, so the Fool card for me is amazing. That's Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz. I'm going to go find my shit. I'm going to find my heart. I'm going to find my brain. I'm going to find my courage. And I'm going to find Oz, the beach somewhere, Oz, and poppies. I want to kill a witch or two. I don't know. Just kidding. No, I'm not. I take that back. I'm not killing witches. I'll drop a house on one, though. And I'll clap my little heels and be no place like home. So the Fool card for karma, guys. The Fool card for karma. So as you do this, so if I were to do this reading right here, you would pull this apart. And let's say you go, okay, I'm doing this little inverted pyramid or this regular pyramid here. And I go, okay, your money's falling apart. You're afraid. You're a little defensive. You're walking away from something. But what fell apart? And then I would add a few cards. You had someone that lied to you. A magician is a charlatan. And then we have the 10 of swords for betrayal. So somebody betrayed you. We want to talk about it. So at any point, you can take one of these adjectives and spread out on it. But trust yourself. Just play with it. This is your deck. These are your cards. They're going to be working for you. So as I have the moon, I'm like, well, what is it you're afraid of? You're afraid of the emperor. You're afraid of someone taking control. So this would be a good example. Page of Cups, which is chemistry. So as you sit here, you go like, where's your chemistry leading you? Who are you fighting with? Watch out for money. Watch out for legacy. Watch out for commitment. Over here, someone's being sneaky and you see yourself. See, you could take this in any direction. So if you just maintain the basis, you can then branch out from it, but you're not going to ride a bicycle until you ride a tricycle. So if you guys get it in with all of that, Fool card for karma, you're damn right. You get a little understanding of how to play the cards. So for the remainder, I am going to show you what's possible with the spreads. There is also another zodiac spread, and I never bothered to remember it because screw you, I'm not learning 12 cards, placements, but now I'm at a place where it might be good. I would just have to remember them all, but I think it's called Like here's one. I think it's the zodiac spread, and I don't know where I found it, but it's in one of my other books, and I really liked it. But it's like, this is you. Here it is. We're going to do this one. It's called The Gate to Life. So this is my karma. Holy shit. Wouldn't that be an interesting one to read? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Center is 12. So The Gate to Life. This one's called My Karma. How fun that I pulled on. I never opened this book. I decided to do this with you guys. So I have The Gate to Life, which is, look at that. It's a pretty cool spread. But if you want to pause any of this and play with it. So what kind of karma am I bringing along? Ooh, 1. 2, what kind of karma am I bringing along? 1, from the future, 2, from the past. 3 and 4, my highest motivation, my goal. 5 and 6, what kind of karma am I generating for my future? What impediment will I still have to overcome? And 7 is the world of the spirit. 8 of the soul. 9, material. What help is given to me. 10, the world of the spirit. 11, the soul. 12, the material world. My qualities and weakness, my potential. So this spread, when I'm done, so this spread, that's really cool. That's actually 13, my bad. So there's 13 here. So what would be cool about this is someone who's definitely being intuitive. This would be a great spread when you say, what is my path? Because these are the intuitive questions that people ask when I'm on YouTube. People ask if their ex is looking at their Instagram or if they still love them. And I'm like, I don't see you talking to this individual. Go do that spread. So then you have a soulmate one. I don't play with soulmate shit. So wish for a partner. Those are dumb. How do I feel consciously about the relationship? New partner. Here's one people like. They call this one the soulmate, but I've never done it. I can do that spread, Scorp, if you want. But you can see there's one here. How complicated it can get. Now these are all, yeah, I liked the gate spread too. We're going to play with that one. So here's the analysis of a relationship one. But I would want to practice with these a few times, or like at least do them when I'm not being watched on camera. But this would still work. But you notice how this little circle is played out? You could pull easily in any direction to broaden a subject that your querent is interested in. What does the other partner contribute? So 1 is the situation. 2, myself in the relationship. The other partner. So 1, the other partner. Where does the partnership come from? Where is the partnership going? So that's north. My expectations, my fears. What do I do to contribute? What do I lack? The expectation of the partner. The fears of the partner. What does the other partner contribute? And what does the other lack in the partnership? That's a pretty in-depth spread. So this is, hi Megan. So right here is illustrated tarot spreads. It's in the links above. And I gotta go. I'm starting to zone out. So anyways, this is an idea. You can definitely go on and find spreads. There's an occupational decision if you guys want to pause these and look at them. The higher position. Shall I run for office? It says. Like, who the fuck is going to ask that? The marketplace. Occupational oracle. I don't like some of the questions that they're asking on the side. Oh, you want to see some complicated shit? I will show you some complicated shit. However, once you, so this is just a book that was given to me, but I will show you something complicated. And this is an example of how crazy this can get if you really put time into it. Okay, so Let me show you this one. And then I got to go because I'm starting to get, I don't know. This book was given to me, so I don't know. So this little deck right here requires what we call a tableau. And that's the shit where they use the whole deck. And they show you your past timeline, your current timeline, and your future timeline. So look at this. That's called a tableau. So you're going to lay out all the cards of this deck. But that's like really complicated, right? So 1, 2, 3, but you're going how many wide? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times 4. So that's 9 rows to go, and they all interact. You know what I mean? That's a lot of work. So it can get pretty complicated. All right, guys, I'm Karma. You know where to find me. You know what to do. KarmaOnDeck.com. I need to stop this for a little bit because I'm getting a little lightheaded. I need to ground. I need a snack. Okay, so that deck is amazing, actually, Scorp. So that's called a tableau. That's when you spread the deck or you do like a ridiculous amount. Yep, tableau means a table. All the cards on the table. All right, guys. So that's just a little taste of what the potential is for spreads. And if I can come down a little bit and ground, if I can burn a little sage, I will come back in a little bit and I will do some readings. However, I committed to doing these classes and it has taken me a month or so to get around to it. But everybody was asking for questions, so it was my pleasure to do so. I want to thank you. Please come find me at KarmaOnDeck.com. You can, yeah, I am, definitely. Oh, Eleni, let me do Eleni's little thing really quick. Or Eleni, find me on social media really quick, and I will finish this for you. So, at any rate, guys, KarmaOnDeck.com if you want a one-on-one with me. Share my shit. Like and share, and I will see you guys next time. I still have all your videos to produce tomorrow, and I'm gonna try and get those out for you. So I will see you soon, very soon.